Hi, Tubies. It's me again, Sheila, Crazy True Love. I've had the surgery. I was thinking, calm down thoughts. So, I don't know if you saw my previous video. Well, I was a little twisted or whatever the hell. No, I just did that for comedy, my darlings. I had a good day today. I hope your day was good as well. And I had to start this off with some comedy because I'm a clown, along with the other guys, the men that we call clowns. Anyway, yes, I've joined the circus and red noses for everyone. Anyway, today I want to talk about something in terms of women and their requirements. Actually, the name of this is going to be Weak Women Will Throw Their Life Away and End Up with Narcissists. And I have Derek Jackson, the man who you know I truly love. And anytime a man is starting to even notice these things, I think women, we need to really start to wake the heck up. Let's listen in to my good old baby, Derek Jackson, Jaxn. Don't forget to hit up his channel. He's very helpful. Let me get my water, wet my mouth. Okay, here we go.
Team Jackson, what's happening? So I saw this post floating around recently. It was a list of things that apparently girls secretly want a guy to do for them without them having to ask. It was little cute things like, flowers and making plans, stuff like that, right? So I posted my thoughts on it, and apparently I rubbed some people the wrong way. And it's probably going to happen with this video whenever I post it too, namely weak women. So disclaimer there, and I'll explain in a bit. But
Notice what he just said here. Weak women. Let's stay focused.
Thoughts were simply this. Your wants do not matter. They should be validated by whoever you're around that intends to love you, and it'd be nice if you get those things that you want. But ultimately, your wants don't matter if you're not first operating from a place of what you require for those wants. Because before you can get what you want, you're going to be tested with what you'll tolerate. And if you're not operating from a place of what you require, then what you will tolerate is what you're going to get instead of what you want. Like a want without the requirement to match that want is merely a hope. And in this world, hopes just don't matter. It's like somebody saying, I want a job. I don't want to be broke anymore. I want some money in the bank. I want some money in my pocket. But they're not operating from a place of requirements for that job, which is to get off their ass and go apply.
I like what he said here in terms of the word he uses, requirements. You have a lot of females out here who will say that they want this and want that, but most of these females out here today, this day and age, they don't have any requirements. They say they do, but when the man don't measure up to these requirements, guess what? He's still sitting right there in the house. She's still cooking, cleaning, laundry, all the above, if you will. It's not coming just from me. Listen in.
For that job, to work those hours and not spend every dime that comes their way, then what they want, that job, it really don't matter because they're never going to get it. And the reason why I said this is going to offend weak women is not to be insulting. I'm just calling a spade a spade. This concept and other concepts like it tend to offend those people who are used to those who are not right for them. And the woman that's most likely to tolerate and be accepting of a guy who's not right for her tends to be the weak woman. The one that either came in weak or just by way of the relationship got broken down to that point. So a requirement, it gets taught to her like it's a 4-letter word because she wasn't worthy for whatever requirement she may have to that guy. He told her any requirements that you got from me is going to be too much for me to do to keep you and to stay here with you. On the other hand, when it comes to guys, whether strong or weak, we always got requirements. Ask any man that you know.
And you know what? That's a good point because men do have requirements. Like he said, if there's a certain type of sex that you don't do, that he requires, like or oral, if you will, you don't do that. That's a requirement of his. If you don't cook, that's a requirement of his. You'll hear it from him. If you don't clean house or certain whatever, he have requirements. And when you don't measure up to these requirements, what do? They move on to the next chick. They always go out there and find themselves someone else, or they dead you.
9 times out of 10, he got a requirement. Oh, she don't give head? I'm done with her. I required that. She don't cook? I'm done with her. I required that. She too friendly with the homie. She smashed one of the homies. She got 5 baby daddies and she only 22, 23 years old.
No.
Somebody else can have her. I don't want her because I require better than that. I promise you. But when you come across the average woman these days, when it comes to the things that they want, they got a laundry list. But when it comes to the things that they require, you get a whole lot of I means. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, ain't no man perfect. I mean, every situation ain't that cut and dry, ain't that simple, ain't that black and white. I mean, if he stay with his baby mama right now, it's for the kids. It's for the lease. It's not because...
And what he said is that women always make these allowances and they always make excuses. In fact, I was speaking with a female on the bus today coming home, and we were talking, about relationships. And she was talking about how, if a man slips up, a couple of times because nobody's perfect, she sat there and said, but if it's like 20 times, she said, 20 times, then, you should, the woman is supposed to just catch a clue 20 times. And you know how I had to do, honey? I said 20 times, sweetheart? Really? I said, no, the first time he sits up there and he do cutthroat on you. That's when you should dead that. Because you have so many females out here now who are getting herpes, who are getting HPV, who's getting HIV, who's coming up with syphilis. No, the first time he gets stupid on your time, you should dead that. That was my view as I expressed that to her. Of course, she sits there and says, well, as long as he's paying, I'm staying. As long as he's paying the bills or as long as he's coming up with money, she says, I'm in it to spin it. Really, you won't be saying that when you're sitting up in the clinic. Or I don't know if you saw the video that I had posted previous to this one. It's one of my videos where they have the young female who she was with a man who she had his kids or whatever, and he gave her the virus. She's on there, she's crying. You can look through my videos, you'll see it. It's ridiculous. No, the first time he does that, this is 2018. People are not so forgiving to let people off the hook because people know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. There's no such thing as, oh, he made a mistake. Cheating is never a mistake. It's a choice. It's a decision. And why should you jeopardize your life and your health for some lowlife who doesn't appreciate you nor value you? No, that's not a good idea. When you have requirement, you have to have standards and you have to have requirements. And when you have these requirements, like I require a man to be on God's team. That's a requirement. There's no going around that. And I'm not talking about a man who pretends to be on God. No, you got to be on God's team. I don't trust nobody who's on Satan the devil's team. Nor should you. Oh, I guess you see my ring, huh? I'm not telling you guys everything. Like they say, you got to have a mystery. No, it's a friend of mine who I've been making him some dinners. He's been coming over. I've been cooking and doing some nice things for him and hanging out for a minute. And he took me out to the mall and asked me what did I want to buy or whatever. And I saw this ring and I wanted this ring. So I said it could symbolize our friendship. It's a friendship ring between him and me. And it's like a friendship, but it's beautiful, isn't it? And I love it. Yes.
It's still together, and it's because they still fucking. I mean, divorces, they can sometimes get a little sticky. I mean, his baby mamas are all crazy. None of them let him see his kids. That's why he's a deadbeat. That's what I'm talking about. But whenever you come from first off, as a woman, if you choose to embrace that strength that you're 100% capable of embracing and operate from a place of requirements, you not only get a guy who's going to give you what you want, but that'll take it a step further and give you what you deserve. Sometimes it'll feel like you don't even deserve all the things that he's giving you. It'll feel like it's almost too much, like it's almost too good to be true compared to what you're used to. But the only way that you can get to a guy like that is to stop entertaining these clowns and to unteach yourself the things that they taught you about your requirements being unrealistic and your standards being too high, and to build that confidence and that strength to operate from a place of what you require for your wants so that your wants can matter.
There you have it, ladies. The reason why, like I said, I like to have a man, he said, she said, because a lot of times females don't value what a woman has to say because she'll sit there and say, well, you're not a guy. Where's your man at? You ain't got no man. Honey, look, if I wanted a man, I would have a man. Trust and believe. I've had so many opportunities, and I know you have too. A lot of times you see women who are single. Well, I personally, I like dating because you see the kind of things you get. They treat you better when you're dating. They take you out. They buy you gifts. You get married. We know how that goes. The first 3 months, the 6 months is cute. And then after a while, it all gets stink down the road. So do the dating thing. Have fun and enjoy yourself. And stick to your requirements. And I'm at a point, like I said, women should never settle. Do not settle. No. Because it's just going to end up blowing up in your face. So I just had to let you hear it from a man's point of view. Because a lot of times, these women, they have their man, and the man will tell his girl, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's not no man. Well, you know what? You're hearing it from a man. This is just one of the men on the internet who's educating women and helping women to wake up. So you stick to your standards, and yes, you should have some requirements. Sheila True Love, loving you, loving my ring, loving life. Until next time, guys, you always have a choice. Choose wisely. I'll talk to you later. We're going to talk about something else. I'm going to go on here because I haven't been on for a minute. So I'm going to do a couple of videos here today. Okay? Bye, babies.